Welcome. Probably like the second time I've ever went live on a Saturday. I know most people don't really, think about trading and stuff like that on Saturdays, but without school and stuff, just want to put in as much time as possible, make this like as full time as I can, and just be here to help out whoever is showing up. So appreciate all the support. Hit that like button. Let's get to 10 likes just to help grow the stream and stuff like that. Appreciate everything in terms of support. And mainly why I wanted to go live on a Saturday, which is something very rare. So I don't know how many people are going to be here, but if you are, I'm going to give you some insight. Just currently looking at Bitcoin. We're going to talk about it in a second. But after we talk about Bitcoin, I want to really kind of explain what I think the next hot sector is going to be. So right now we're looking at Bitcoin. It's about $24,000. It's had a crazy run. I posted it at like under 11Ks when I first talked about not first talked about, I've been talking about Bitcoin on Twitter since before I had a following, but I put out a buy signal, I guess, when it was 11K, and it's been a crazy run since. You have institutions buying it up. Just looking at the technicals, it kind of broke out of like this like mini 1 hour wedge, I guess. And then if we take a look at the 4 hour, there is some hidden bullish divergence, very little bit, but that kind of implies price continuation to the upside. So that's Bitcoin. It's going crazy. In terms of Fibonacci, which is like the only resistance you could really use here, it's breaking the 2618. So, that's great. And in terms of where the 3618 is, that's like 26K. So again, is this a place to be, is this like a value area for Bitcoin? Well, you literally had the past 2 years to be buying anywhere between $3,000 and $20,000 if you really wanted to get in. At this point, could it be FOMO? Potentially, yes, but we're just seeing, with the limited supply of Bitcoin, with inflation going on, we're just seeing major buying and very little selling. And that is just leading to $24,000 per Bitcoin. It was literally like 3.6K in March when we had the COVID crash and stuff. So, investment of a lifetime for sure. And just really cool to see where Bitcoin's going. That's really what got me into trading. Tarek says, Link just hit all-time lows on the RSI daily for the Link BTC chart. Looks like it's in a good spot. I usually don't really look at Bitcoin pairs and stuff, but in terms of Link itself, I think Link looks great. I think it's gonna see if Bitcoin can hold, and if Bitcoin does not dump or anything, I think Link can see like $15. It broke out of 1337, which was a very major resistance pretty much ever since September. It broke that. It already had a nice run up to like 1450, but I do think Link is pretty bullish right now in terms of crypto. That's just a little bit of crypto talk. We can come back to it if people want to see. It's just most of my viewers mainly care about stocks. So I'm going to be revealing, I guess, and it's just like a thesis. This is not me confirming anything. This is more of just like a fun prediction and what I think could happen. Thank you very much for 10 likes. But I think the next hot sector, and I'm not even going to be talking about this on Twitter today. So if you're in the stream right now, for the 24 people here who really want the info on a Saturday, in my opinion, I think it was already hot this year, but I do think that healthcare and biotechs are about to really see reversals to the upside again. That doesn't mean every single healthcare and biotech. I think there's going to be a lot of things that do run crazy and things that just stump. And obviously with the fundamentals of trying to find, multiple vaccines, COVID testing, there's a whole bunch of stuff, even apart from COVID, just, health insurance, and trying to change the landscape of what was once, going to get an appointment and stuff was a very retail thing where you had to go to a physical location. But now what we're seeing with Amazon starting it, and then Teladoc, and then a bunch of different things on digital healthcare, I think that's also, when you have something like this where everybody's at home and people really can't go out too much, people need to adapt, and I think the healthcare industry is doing a very good job of that. I think revenues are going to be good. I think, people are really going to start paying for online healthcare and stuff like that. So just, between companies that are putting out COVID vaccines like Pfizer and Moderna, companies that are, doing testing like ABOT Laboratories, and then just things like Teladoc, IPOC. We're going to go through the specific ones that I'm currently looking at. But I just think the whole entire industry could be set up for higher prices, in my opinion. Let me raise the music a little bit. Alright, hopefully that's not too loud, but we got some vibes in here. 28 people in here. We're going to be looking through some healthcare stocks and why I think this sector is ready to go. I just talked about like the fundamentals, and now we're going to be looking more into technicals of more specific stocks. The first one, Pfizer. I'm going to be looking at Pfizer, ABT, VIR, Moderna, Teladoc, IPOC, and CODX. So those are the ones I'm going to be showing you guys that I'm currently looking at. And this is like a stream exclusive thing. What is up, Matey, Fab, Daniel, Rooster, K-Bar, John, appreciate it. Thank you for the 16 likes. But first one, Pfizer. Everybody in the world is talking about Pfizer right now. Oh, I forgot Johnson & Johnson as well. Let me add that to the list. Johnson & Johnson is a trade setup. It broke out on Friday, so we definitely need to talk about J&J. But yeah, first one, Pfizer. It's at the $37 support, which used to be a resistance, and it was also once a support in January of 2019. Pfizer is a very old company. It's been known for a long time, and now they're really like confirmed giving out vaccines and stuff like that. Of course, there are the issues with rollouts and a bunch of other side effects and stuff like that. So I think that is why the price has been dropping. But at the end of the day, they are supplying vaccines. They are getting money. It's around the golden retrace area. It's at $37 support on the daily, and then on the 4-hour, it's working on developing hidden bullish divergence. So currently, I have some call options in Pfizer. Not too much. I honestly should have got more because like in the last 20 minutes of trading on Friday, like Pfizer saw a lot of call options. The call options went up and stuff like that. So I think Pfizer could bounce off this level and it's really easy to manage your risk on Pfizer. Let's say you open a position right there. You want to take caution if it falls under 37. So like 36.85 or something like that. And then a target, you're looking really 40.91 could be a target. And that will give you a 4 reward to risk. But yeah, that's Pfizer. Another one is ABT. We already have a trade set up on this. It was from Guy and Hat in the chat. And ABT is in an ascending triangle. It's up 2% since I posted the trade setup. There was classic bullish divergence on the 4-hour and hidden bullish divergence on the daily. It bounced off the demand line. I think ABT could be headed to higher prices. Again, it's not certainty, it's just probability, which is pretty much all technical analysis is. And yeah, I just think the chart looks good, and they just got approved, I guess, for their COVID rapid testing, where they're pretty much selling $25 home kits for COVID testing. So this is another biotech I'm looking at. I have some call options in ABT as well. In the last 20 minutes on Friday, the call options were flying on ABT. So we saw some option, flow coming in at the end of the day on Friday for healthcare pretty much. Another one is VIR. It is at the $30 support. Your next resistance is $33.50. If it can ever break above $33.50, every single time it's broken above $33.50, except for this one time right here in April. But 1, 2, 3, 4 different times when it got above $33.50, it went to about $41. You still have the 200-day moving average and stuff to, I guess, not worry about, but talk about. So yeah, I'm looking at VIR as well. There's not much of a pattern. You're just kind of in the demand line of a channel and not much divergence there. Moderna, they got approved for their vaccine as well. The news just broke a few days ago. I don't know how I feel about the technicals on this one. It just had a crazy run from $66 all the way up until 180 or something like that. There is some hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour, which implies price continuation to the upside. And then you have a minor support at 130, but there's not much of a pattern here. So that's just another one. Really all you have is divergence. But again, the catalysts and the fundamentals matter more for that. Then Teladoc, just in the middle of this channel. Not much divergence on the 4-hour. You got a nice pin bar candle on December 16th, and it's been running ever since then. It also got above the 200-day moving average. And you kind of got another pin bar candle right here, even though that's not really where you want to see a pin bar. But yeah, these are your levels on Teladoc, another one. And then IPOC, the hot SPAC right now. One, it's a SPAC, and the SPAC sector is very hot. It had a great close on Friday. Literally went from like 10.60 on Friday all the way up to 12.34. So IPOC, there's not much of any pattern here. That is not a cup and handle. You do have a rounding bottom, and you did have a nice break of $11. You're also over $11.79. Your support at this point is $11.80, and then your resistances on IPOC are $12.48 and $13.14. I think there might be divergence on the 1-hour. yeah, there is hidden bullish divergence on the 1 hour, but it could be argued that, that's already played out. And then another one is CODX, Co-Diagnostics, had a really, really bad fall. It was literally $30, now it's $11, and it's just kind of in this broadening wedge right here, kind of a neutral pattern, but it is over the $10 support, and I do think that this could run. I don't know if this is the best one in terms of technicals, but I'm also looking at CODX, and then somebody said J&J, which is a trade setup. J&J broke out on Friday afternoon. I posted J&J, or we talked about J&J on stream a few weeks ago at 145. It's now 154, so it's up 6% since then. Broke out of the inverse head and shoulders, and it broke above the channel. So that's Johnson & Johnson. So yeah, I mean, looking at these 8 different biotech healthcare stocks or whatever, the technicals are pretty good, the fundamentals are there as well. So I do think Johnson & Johnson could, not even Johnson & Johnson. I'm looking mainly at Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, and ABT. Those are the top 3 that I'm looking at. And then, the other ones I just talked about were VIR, Moderna, Teladoc, IPOC, and then CODX. So that is a stream exclusive for the people that are showing up on a Saturday. I'm only going to be talking about that more probably, early Monday or something. But you guys got the heads up early, right? So now we can go back to Bitcoin. That was just like my little talk. It's in the title of what I think the next hawk sector will be. I think healthcare is really starting to warm up. I think we're going to see a lot of prices to the upside on many, but just remember, not on all. Because when you have a hot sector, there are going to be outperformers, right? So let's take a look back at Bitcoin, back over 24K. He has over the 2618, so Bitcoin could make a move up to 26,000, which is your 3618. You also have some hidden bullish divergence, and you broke out of this little wedge right here. There really isn't much resistance here. In terms of support, you're probably looking at like 23,600 or something like that on Bitcoin. So, again, obviously it had a crazy run. I don't know if this is the time to be buying, but just for those who did get in early and who are not FOMOing, I think there is definitely potential for even higher prices. Your next Fibonacci line is 26,000. There is no resistance until then. It's at all-time highs pretty much. It's about $300 shy of all-time highs currently. So we need one more like for 20 likes. Let's get to it. Who else is going live on a Saturday to talk about the stock market? I don't know, but I'm here trying to give as much information as possible. So that goes over Bitcoin, and then I just went over the healthcare sector. So those were what were in the title of the video. We kind of got that over. So now for the 25 people here on a Saturday trying to put the work in, remember, the real work happens when the market is quiet, when other people are not working. So if you're putting in the time right now, it's going to lead you to more success later. So congratulations on that, trying to invest in yourself, trying to prepare ahead of time, right? As Mitch Ray says, when opportunity presents itself, it's far too late to prepare, right? So you want to always be ahead, and you just got that little signal on the healthcare sector. But yeah, that goes over Bitcoin in the healthcare sector. We got 26 people in here. Thank you for the 20 likes. If any of you are not subscribed, we just hit 1,200 subscribers. So hit that subscribe button. And if you want to send me a tip, I want to talk about PIC too. If you want to send me a tip, it's a pinned comment in the chat. PIC, I posted this literally on Friday, and I've been talking about PIC since it was $10. We went over it on stream when it was $10, and I've been posting different trades and resistances. I even called the fall from $18 down to these levels, and then on Friday I saw it broke out of the channel with 4-hour hidden bullish divergence, which looks great. It's not confirmed on a regular chart yet, but you would expect when it opens on Monday it would confirm that. They had the merger vote on Monday. It had a crazy run after hours, and it was super dope too. I posted PIC with an entry of 1560 literally on Friday, and it went to $18 after hours. So that was great. PIC had a great close. Hidden bullish divergence playing out for you. And in terms of resistances, you have this high right here. Let me go off the extended hour chart. It's currently right at this resistance at $18. And that was literally the short-term target, 18% profit. That was it. That was like, the first target for the short term. But obviously with the merger vote and the FOMO that is starting to occur, and then, trying to talk really fast, but the fact that you're trying to create a new all-time high. If you do really break 1834, if you break that, your 1618 Fibonacci resistance is like $20.85. So that's like the longer term target, but again, who knows, maybe it has a crazy day on Monday with the merger vote. Maybe it really does break the 1834 level. So personally, when it opens on Monday, I'm going to take some profits, just lock in a nice cool 17%, and then I'll let the rest ride. If it does ride, if it starts pulling back right away on Monday, if it does become a sell the news situation, I'll probably take all my profits. But again, already up 17% on the trade that I posted on Friday. So we're going to see what happens. I don't know if it's going to keep running up. I don't know if it's going to be a sell the news. Just react. Don't expect anything and just react to the different levels. I do know Jim Cramer talked about it. It was just, you had so many things lining up. You had the technicals looking good, which is 1. You had Jim Cramer talking about it on his show Mad Money, which is 2. And then you have the merger vote on Monday. So when you have a bunch of different things lining up at the same time, it can lead you to something like this. So did I need Jim Cramer to talk about it for this to play out? No. But did it help? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I got in this trade because of technicals and because of the merger vote. So I don't care what made the price go up. I'm just happy it went up, right? So great stuff there. Shout out to Jim Cramer, I guess. And yeah, merger vote on Monday. Just the best thing, and I talked about this on Fisco when it was $9. The best thing for a stock is when both the technicals and the catalysts line up. So if you can have a catalyst to push you to higher prices, then you kind of combine that with the technicals, and then if that can help you break out, basically if your catalyst can help you break out on a technical standpoint, it could send you to even higher levels, and that's what we saw on PIC. That's what we saw on Fisker. So just great timing there on Friday with a bunch of things playing out at the same time. And that's exactly what you want to do. If you can get catalysts to go alongside your technicals, that is the easiest way to make money. The only thing is, it does require a lot of things to line up, which is not very common. So great stuff on PIC, great close to the day. Thank you for 22 likes. I don't know how I feel about this song. I just think it's not a coincidence that the catalysts and technicals line up. They plan that? I don't think they plan that. You have to realize there's hundreds of thousands of people trading, so they cannot plan that. But I mean, you were talking about this the other night on Streamball, and you were saying are really rich people making technicals on charts with sell walls and buy walls so that they can get the technicals to play out. You have to realize there's hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people trading in stocks, looking at the volume and the float. And really what technical analysis is, what technical analysis was built on, is psychology of traders. If you see the prices going down and it's getting little bounces in a channel, while your moving average had made a lower low, that implies that people are at some point could be getting more bullish on it. Technical analysis is more psychology than it is math, and a lot of people don't realize that. Of course, you use math to chart it and geometry, but technical analysis is really a visual representation of traders' psychology. That's really what it is, and a lot of people don't understand that. And then at the same time, you have people, and which is something I really hate, which makes my what I do a lot harder, is a lot of people don't understand technicals, and they kind of post about it on Twitter or wherever, and they post incorrect technical setups, and I think that just brings down the name of technicals. So look, I'm not, another thing I also do say on stream, technicals don't necessarily make the price go up. There are times where technicals are all you have, where there is no catalyst or news and it's just a regular Monday, and technicals can drive the price up. But most of the time the price goes up because it's a good company and because they're making good earnings and maybe they have some good press or something like that. But maybe technicals don't make the price go up, but what technicals can do for you is tell you how high exactly the price can go up. If you're looking at a resistance or a support, it can tell you how low the price can drop. So it might not be the mover for the price. People move the price, and news and earnings and good companies move the price, but technicals can help you see how much the price will move, how fast the price will move, and stuff like that. So when you just combine, you want as many factors as possible for a trade. You want multiple technical indicators, you want multiple catalysts, you want a very good company, and you want earnings, you want all of it. You want price targets. The more the merrier in terms of trading. And yeah, that's PIC, great stuff there. We got 30 people in here. Keep on hitting that like button. Let's get to 30 likes on a Saturday stream. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. If you want to, send me a tip. It is the pinned comment in the chat. What's the look on KNDI? What should a stop be set at? KNDI is pretty simple. I think it had a good after hours. Where's KNDI at? Right here. I'm not too sure what it went to after hours. I don't know if TradingView is showing it. It might be 8.15, but it's literally right at the entry. The entry was $8.17. It's 2 cents under the entry on this, but I think it went up after hours. I'm not too sure. What's up, KP? You had the hidden bullish divergence on KNDI on the 4-hour and on the daily, which is very close to confirming. So the stop that I currently have is 738 on KNDI, because if you get to 738, what is this song? If you get to 738 on KNDI, that pretty much means you broke this upsloping demand line. So, what I really like about KNDI on the chart is it's super easy to manage your risk. Because if it breaks this upsloping blue demand line, then you can get out of it. If it can keep on holding this while the divergence develops, it could have a run here. You're at a very critical ice line, you're on a supportive demand line, you have divergence. So, this is something I'm looking for a pop on it soon. I don't want to be bag holding KNDI. I'm not super bullish on their company by any means. But it's a trader's market at the end of the day, and I do think that this could present a trade with very easy risk management. You want to be able to manage your risk very easily and very clearly. Ball says, I feel you. I don't think they entirely control it because there are too many players involved for them to be able to do that. Just that they try to drop the news very strategically. Absolutely, there is no, there's no joking about that in terms of how news comes out. There is a lot of stuff that, goes on behind the scenes. I don't think anybody can deny that. It's just like, you could speculate about it and, wrap your mind around it as much as you want, but at the end of the day, it's all about, just trying to rack up profits after profits. And you shouldn't really be caring about, what's happening to make the price go up. You should just be caring about, your probability and things playing out for you. So I try not to wrap my head around things like that. Obviously you have to take caution when certain outside factors are affecting the stock price, like we've seen on a bunch of different stocks. But as long as it's not too violent and there's not too much stuff going on, it could be fine. It's a very different talk, right? Not the best. It's not easy to explain that briefly. That's more like a long talk. But I get what you're trying to say, and I get your point. So, am I in university? Yes, I am in college. Currently, I have a month off though for winter break, so really putting a lot more time into this. But yeah, that pretty much goes over Bitcoin, the health sector, which I think can warm up, and I also went over KNDI and PIC, 2 of the trades. So we got 32 people in here. It's a Saturday. I don't know how long I'm going to be live for today. Probably not super long, but let's take a look at whatever you guys want to take a look at. Drop some tickers in the chat. Remember, if you really want me to look at something, don't give me a chart that's just a straight line up or a straight line down, because there's not much I can do for you. Give me a chart that's consolidating, making a pattern with divergence, and stuff like that. Currently, I'm majoring. My current major is business undecided. I'm looking into marketing management or financial management, leaning a little bit more to financial management. You could probably guess why. But I like marketing as well. It's just, I'm already really good at financial management in terms of technicals, but there's a lot more to financial management than just technical analysis. And I'm not the biggest fan of math, believe it or not. So I really don't like math. I'm not great at math. So I don't know, kind of in between the two. Getting a lot more people in here. We got 37 people in here right now. If you want to scroll back, I pretty much revealed in the beginning of the stream the next hot sector, which I think will be healthcare. I showed a bunch of different tickers. You can scroll back in the stream and see that. But yeah, we did go over IPOC already. Ryan. What else? What we got in the chat? What is up, Ben Trill? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. CX, please, looks like a bull flag. We can take a look at that. I don't know. It could have been, but I don't like that last candle. So, if we look at it like a bull flag, sure. Actually, yeah, you're right. It is a bull flag. It's already had a very crazy run from $1.50 to $5. So is this a value area? No. And all you have is a bull flag and you want more than just the bull flag, in my opinion. So yeah, I don't know. There's not much of a pattern except for like that bull flag, and that can underperform. No divergence. Not too sure. Probably just do some due diligence on the company. I've not done Fisker. We could take a look at that. Yeah, FSR, hidden bullish divergence on the daily. I've been talking about it. Had a great bounce off of the 1455 support, which I was showing the 1455 support on Twitter when it was over $15. I called that support before it even got there. You had the 1618 Fibonacci line of the short-term retrace, and then you had the 0.618 Fibonacci line of the run from the $9 to like 23.50, 23.60. So you had major Fibonacci support there. You bounced off of it with the double bottom. Hidden bullish divergence on the daily is the biggest technical factor I'm looking at right now on FSR. And if you were in my Power Hours stream on Friday, I said you really wanted to close above $16, and it did hold 16, which kind of confirms your double bottom. You broke out of this double bottom, which I also posted at $14.90 on my Twitter. You broke out of it. You ran all the way up to $17, then you pulled back at the psychological resistance of $17, and then you found support at the neckline of your double bottom. So you have a breakout, you have a hook, which means you're flipping your previous resistance into support, and let me take it off the extended hours, and now you're just looking for a bounce here. The only thing that kind of, just to play devil's advocate, you do have classic bearish divergence on the 1 hour where you made a higher high on price from this high to this high with a lower level of momentum on your MACD, and you did get a crossover to the red. So the 1 hour is showing some buyer exhaustion, which is like a short-term time frame, but the major time frame, the daily, is showing seller exhaustion with the hidden bullish divergence. So you kind of have what's the word for it, like contrasting variables, I guess. But yeah, you really just want to hold $16. Simple as that. If you fall under 16, take caution, but you're looking for a bounce here, and you're just hoping that the 1 hour bearish divergence, which is very real, you're hoping for that to underperform, and that is FSR. You want to look at NETE? Sure. Broke bear out of ascending triangle, but MACD and supports are looking okay. You have some hidden bullish divergence on the 1 hour where you made a higher low, and you made a lower low, and you're very close to a crossover on the 1 hour. So you have hidden bullish divergence on the 1 hour. On the 4 hour, you don't have any divergence. There isn't much of a pattern here. Let me make some new Fibonacci right here. And from your swing low to your swing high, you're bouncing at your 618, just like what happened on FSR. This is Fibonacci. If you want to learn more about Fibonacci, it's course video number 4 on my channel. You're bouncing off the golden retrace, but again, you don't have any pattern or divergence on a major time frame. Really what you're working with is 1 hour hidden bullish divergence. So you have some hidden bullish divergence on the 1 hour. But yeah, I'm not, low time frame looks good. You could see a bounce in the short term. It just did fall from $15 to $11, so absolutely you could see a bounce in the short term. And then in terms of the long term, I'm not too sure. But again, you don't need to know what's going to happen in the long term. You just need to know your levels. Those are all your levels. If you want to take a screenshot, go for it. But yeah, you had to bail on Fisker. Henrik is worrying you on Twitter. I've said it before, but I think Fisker is a much better long-term hold. Of course, you can trade it in the short term, and I trade it myself in the short term. We just had a great trade on Fisker in the short term for 16% profit. So it is absolutely tradable in the short term. But I do personally believe, and this is not financial advice, I do believe Fisker will be worth multiples more within the next decade. So I do have a long-term position in it as well. Yeah, BFT, another SPAC breakout. 2 people want to look at BFT. We could take a look at that. Keep hitting that like button. We need 3 more likes for 30 likes. If you're not subscribed already, you definitely should be. Just free analysis, literally like every single day now. At first, it was only on weekdays, but I'm trying to do 7 days a week now. So far, I've done every single day this week, and I am going to be streaming tomorrow night. So this is a terrible song. This is gonna be the first week ever where I stream every single day. So literally every single day I'm streaming. If you want to check out my description, I have a full free course. I have free trade setups. Literally everything I'm doing with the stream, with posting updates on Twitter, with my free trade setup page, with my free 1-hour course. Free. This is the free trading movement. If you support what I'm doing, hit that like button. Literally just trying to give every single thing I've learned in the past year of my life. You know, I dedicated the past year of my life to learning this, and I'm just trying to share all of it for free. So if you support everything I'm doing, the trades have been great. I think we can take a look at last week's trades just before we continue it, but the trades were insane the trades have been insane every single week, right? It's a great time in the market, very good bull market right now. We did have a very scary day on Friday, but then at close everything bounced. This was last week. There is proof of every single one of these trades. This is not me putting in random tickers. There is literally proof of every single thing right here that you're seeing. GoCo and VRM were confirmed 20% profits, and then those are the rest. I'm not going to talk about it again. I already talked about it on Friday. But crazy week last week. Literally only one trade was down after hours. When I updated this page after hours on Friday, the only trade that was down out of literally 19 trades, the only one out of 19 trades was down, and that was by 1%, and that was SPI. And I think SPI bounced after hours. Let me take a look. I think SPI might have went green after hours. I'm not too sure. No, it's still down about 1%. So the only one that is down 1%. Literally all of these were posted on this page right here. Find the link to it. Most of them were posted. I think Johnson & Johnson was not posted. And other than that, I think an XRP, I didn't post the crypto, but I posted that on Twitter. Johnson & Johnson was from Stream, and then XRP was from my Twitter. But literally all of these are on this page right here. All trade setups, you can take a look at it if you want. But you just hit the trade that you're looking at, for example, VRM. It shows you where it was when I posted it. Then you can hit the play button, and it shows you where it currently is. Currently, VRM is up 20% since I posted it on December 11th. All of it's there for free. And then the new one I posted on Friday was PIC. Posted it at 1560 entry. It did hit the entry price because it fell down. And then after hours, it's not showing me after hours right now, but we already went over PIC. And it's up, like 15% since I posted it literally on Friday. So it's not showing me after hours there, but we know PIC went to 18 after hours, and the entry price was $15.16. I mean, $15.60. So all this stuff is going out for free. Free course as well on my channel. If you want to visit anything that I'm dropping for free, just go to the description. There's going to be a link that says all my links in one. You can see my YouTube, my tip page if you want to send me a tip, the trade setups I just showed you all, my weekly trades sheet, which I also just showed you all. You can see all my full winning trades. I made a whole entire list. I still need to update it, but literally 2 pages of stocks just for some credibility, I guess. I have a disclaimer, my free trading course, if you haven't checked that out on YouTube, literally over an hour long of just free education. And then some affiliate links like TradingView, which is this platform right here, and then Webull if you want free stocks. So literally just trying to put out as much as possible. I'm still coming out with the Discord soon. I want to do one-on-one calls with people that are interested. A lot of stuff. Did I meet my Iraq challenge goal? So there's this YouTuber that I kind of want to work for. I want to help him out with his clothing brand. So he has like this challenge where if you can get him 50 subscribers on his channel, he will do a FaceTime with you. So I think we hit the goal. You guys crushed it. Thank you for all the support on Twitter. I think we hit the goal, so I'm waiting on that FaceTime from him. I'll keep you all updated. Appreciate the support very much. Again, I'm just trying to do as much as possible. Just a young man trying to make it right now, so appreciate all the support. But yeah, did we take a look at BFT? Not really, so we should take a look at BFT. Not much to work with. There's not a lot of data on this chart. This is not really what technical analysis is used for. So it just depends more on the company itself and the catalyst. There is there? No, there is not any divergence on the 1 hour. I mean, if I have to do something on this chart, you have support at 1355 and you have resistance at like 1416. So that's what you're looking at. That's your support, that's your resistance. Whichever way you break will probably be telling for continuation to that side, but not much of a pattern or any divergence. But yeah, AMCI, I think I looked at AMCI earlier, did I not? I don't think I did actually. AMCI, I mean, it was a great trade. I posted on Twitter right here when somebody asked me about it. It went up from $12 all the way like $14.50. Then it broke under the 13th support, which I warned about on stream. At this point, it bounced off the 78.6% retrace. You could get hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour, where you made a higher low on price with the lower levels on your MACD. So yeah, you could get hidden bullish divergence. You are at the 786. It looks slightly more bullish than it does bearish to me, but again, I don't know. It's a very new chart. I don't know if TA really works well on something like this. So that's really all I can give you on AMCI. What else? I already looked at CX, Clint. Really all there is a bull flag, nothing much aside from that. But I also do see a support right here at 490. And yeah. LNDC, we could take a look at that. Silent on. Keep hitting that like button. We need 6 more likes for 40 likes. If you want to, send me a tip. It's the pinned comment in the chat. The PIC trade on Friday was awesome. Posted at $15.60. It went to $18 after hours. LNDC. It's very close to a support level. I'm just going to chart all the levels right here. Alright, so those are your levels to look at. 1071 and 915 are your supports, and then your resistance is 1174. You could get hidden bullish divergence, but it's way too early to tell. You need the MACD to go back to green, and you only have one level of waning momentum so far. No pattern at all, but there is a gap to fill. No, there is not. It's only on the 4-hour, so I'm not really going to consider that. You had a double bottom at 915, which was great. You broke out of it. So maybe you can back test 1071 and it could bounce there. This was your double bottom, first bottom, second bottom, you get the point. So, I mean, looks alright, but that is LNDC. Target, we can take a look at that. It's alright, it broke out of this, like, I guess kind of a channel, but not really. Broke out of it. Maybe you're going to backtest 167. You're looking for a bounce at 167. Not much of a pattern. You could get hidden bullish divergence, but you need the MACD to cross over to green. So that's not confirmed. On the daily, let me take this off my daily chart. On the daily, not much. There's no divergence. Your support is 167. And your resistance, it would just be like up here at 181 or something. Not too much there. Take a look at Boeing. I have a lot of levels on this chart. So it fell back under 222, which I don't like. I don't like what Boeing did. It fell under 222, which is the support you really wanted to hold on Boeing. Your next support is really like this upsloping previous supply line. This was your breakout line. Once you broke out of 195, you went all the way up to 244, and you're under 222. Maybe it could get right back above 222 on Monday at open, depending on how the market is doing and how the airline sector looks and stuff like that. But your next support would just be this upsloping line right here, and honestly, that's not really perfect. Let me make it like that. Something like this right there. You broke out of it. If you see right here, if I zoom in, you broke out of it right here, then you back tested it as support. That is a break, that is the hook, and then there's your go. That's a break, hook, and go breakout. Could be argued that it already played out. Is it a bull flag? Maybe it looks a little bit too steep to be a bull flag, if I'm being honest, but you could chart it if you want to. We need 4 more likes for 40 likes. Wild, we could take a look at that. This is probably the right one. It's holding that 171 support. Your next resistance is 208. So really not much aside from that. If you can hold 171, you're looking for $2.08. If you fall under 171, take caution. Super easy to manage your risk on this one. No divergence on the 4 hour and no divergence on the daily. So that is wild. What else do you guys want to look at? Probably gonna be going live probably gonna stay live just for a little bit more, maybe like 15 minutes or something. So if you want me to take a look at something, we don't have that many people in stream today. So this truly is your best chance because the chat is usually going crazy on the weekdays and I don't have time to look at everything. So right now, this is probably your best chance for me to look at something for the 29 people in here. Helion. We went over it on stream. The first time I posted Helion was a failed trade. It was an 8% loss. Then I went over it on stream again right when the bullish divergence confirmed on the 4 hour. And the price when I talked about it on stream last week was the night before it had a 10% day. So I talked about it right here on stream when the price was 1683, which was literally the entry. I said it looked ready to go. It had a 10% run. And then on Friday with the rest of the market, it pulled back. It still is in profit since like the gap up entry, which would the entry really, because you gapped up, would have been like $17 or so. Then it went up to like $18.74, and now with the rest of the market it pulled back. It's still in profit, but it needs to get back above $17.83, and it's not showing after hours, but I think it did have a nice after hours move, if I'm not mistaken. But that is Helion. Classic bullish divergence on the 4 hour and classic bullish divergence on the daily, which literally just got confirmed on Friday. So the oscillators are implying a price reversal to the upside, but you need to get back above 1783. What is a trailing stop? To my knowledge, I've never really used a trailing stop, but I believe it pretty much is like if you enter a position and you have a trailing stop, every time the price goes up, it's going to raise up your stop a certain amount. So if your trailing stop is, let's say you enter at $10 and you have a trailing stop for 8. This might be completely wrong. I'm just saying this off the top of my head of what I believe a trailing stop is. It would be like, let's say you entered at 10 with a stop loss at 8. When the price gets to 12, your stop loss would move to like 10. So as the price moves up in your position, your stop loss moves up. Personally, I don't really like that because, and some exchanges do it differently. I know some exchanges do it based on percentages, and then some of it do it based on dollar value. It's pretty much just a stop that moves up as the price moves up, but I don't really like it. I like either, the way I use stops is either I put a stop limit order or I just put a stop market order and I put that under a support, because with the trailing stop, you know, what could happen is it'll automatically do it and then it could put your stop loss on a support level, so it could stop you out and then bounce, right? So that's why I don't use the trailing stop. I like manually putting in the stop loss just because I can make sure it's not on a support level. We could take a look at play. Another trade set up. It broke out on Friday. It even back tested the breakout. So play is currently up about 5% since I posted this trade set up on my page. The link for that is in the description. Ascending triangle with hidden bullish divergence. But yeah, play was dropped in the chat by Guy in Hat, I believe. He's been giving us a lot of great trades, so shout out to him. But yeah, it broke out of the ascending triangle. It even flipped the previous resistance of 27.25. That is now your support. As long as it holds 27.25, this looks great. There's a gap fill at 29.85, and then after that, your next resistance is like $33. So this is a longer term trade, but it's already up 5%. Looks pretty good in my opinion. You can choose percent or dollar value. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, with trailing stops, I just feel like it could give you some stop losses that are not optimal, in my opinion. I like being in control of exactly where I'm going to be cutting my losses. I don't like having to take a risk of being stopped out when the price could bounce back up with a high probability. LCA had a crazy run. There isn't much TA to do on LCA. We were talking about LCA on this stream when it was $11. I think I just took it off my watch list. We were talking about I just clicked on the wrong one. Great. We were talking about how many times? I'm like stuttering right now. We were talking about LCA when it was $11. So yeah, I mean, it bounced off 1137. It had classic bullish divergence. It broke over the 200-day moving average, descending broadening wedge, and it ran like way more than I thought it could. I was looking for like $15 or $16 on that run, and it ran all the way up to $25. So I mean, there's not much to do at this point. You had classic bearish divergence up over here, where you made a higher high with lower levels of RSI, and then it fell. It's testing this $21 support, which was just your high from over here, but it's slightly under it, so I don't know. There isn't much of a probability in terms of technicals on this chart. There's no pattern, there's no divergence. You're technically a few cents under a support, so not too sure about that. SFT, you're a big fan of SFT, Bala. You've been requesting that quite a bit. Cup and handle, did you say? No, I think you also said this the other day, or somebody else said it. That's not really a cup and handle. For a cup and handle, you would want it to look like this. And, you know, don't mind my drawing, but that would be your cup. I get the point there. And then you want the cup to be even. You don't want the cup to go all the way up here, because that's not a cup, right? So, because otherwise, the way to break out of a cup and handle is you have to create a neckline. So how hard would it be to break out of this? So technically, if you were looking at this as a cup and handle, you would need to break this line right here for a breakout. Like that's not a cup and handle. It looks more like a spoon. Like that literally is a spoon right there, right? So no, this is the same thing. A lot of people think GHIV is a cup and handle. It's not a cup and handle. Oh wait, no, that's not the right one. What was it? It was I can't think of it. There's another SPAC that everybody thinks is a cup and handle. Another one was PIC. People were saying it was a cup and handle. It wasn't. It was just a rounding bottom. Over here, same thing. There was no handle. It was just a rounding bottom. You don't need a cup and handle. A rounding bottom is good as well. It's not as good, but there are a bunch of SPACs that look like this, where I think IPOC is another one. Where's that at? Pretty sure IPOC also had a similar setup. Let me skip this song. Yeah, IPOC, like look, people were saying this was a cup and handle, and you probably did break out of it regardless of what it was called. But a cup and handle should not have an upsloping neckline. A cup and handle should have an even neckline or even a downsloping neckline. But you really cannot get a cup and handle with an upsloping neckline. But again, does it matter? Do you need a cup and handle for higher prices? No, you can use the rounding bottom. Here you see the rounding bottom on IPOC led you to higher prices. So you don't need a cup and handle, but no, that would not be a cup and handle. And then again, your handle is way too low. Your handle should not be lower than the 50% Fibonacci line, and this is lower than the 50% Fibonacci line. But does that mean that it's a bad trade? No, it still could offer a good trade. You're at the golden retrace, the 0.618. You have some bullish convergence where your price, your RSI, and your MACD are all moving up and stuff like that. So as long as you hold 836 on SFT, it looks good. Your next resistance is 936. If you can break 936, you're looking at like 1053 after that. It was your support right here, your candle high right here, and it's currently where the 200-day moving average is. So yeah. Yes, there could be a year-long cup and handle. The larger or the longer a pattern takes to complete, the higher reliability it has. So we could take a look at IDEX, which again, IDEX, I mean, actually looks kind of decent. A lot of people were requesting IDEX to me, and this is just FOMO for you. People were requesting me to look at IDEX right here when it was over 350, and the only reason they were requesting that is because it just had a crazy run. But IDEX was a much better trade down here. This is where I want to look at charts, right? I don't take on trades after they do this. That's called FOMO. It's the fear of missing out. Like why are you buying that? Anybody who bought this pretty much over here, over here, over here, over here, over here, if you FOMO'd in pretty much at any point over $2, you took a pretty big loss. So IDEX, I was looking at it last week. Josh Trades on Twitter actually told me to take a look at IDEX. I never posted it, but I charted it for myself, and I didn't even take on the trade. But I literally charted it. I was just like, I don't know. I'm not super bullish on IDEX, the company itself, so maybe I won't trade it, and it is kind of pump and dumpy. But yeah, I made like a little kind of trade setup that I never posted, and I don't know. It's up, like it had a nice day. It had a 10.5% day on Friday. Some classic bullish divergence locally. It's at a support level. Yeah, I mean, dude, this thing just went down from $5 all the way to $2. So could it make a common retrace? Sure. I could certainly tell you it's better than buying it here than anywhere over here. But again, this was the place to be buying it when it was in accumulation. You want to be buying in an accumulation range when there's bullish divergence like there was on IDEX. This is something I showed on stream over a month ago. I was showing this in one of my first ever streams. There was classic bullish divergence in the channel. In terms of, what's it called? The yearly chart. I think I should not be looking at it like that. I'm gonna look at the monthly chart. Cup and handle, I mean, no. Like, oh my gosh. Look at this. Look at the MACD on IDEX. I've never seen this on a MACD. Oh my gosh. This is your moving average convergence divergence on IDEX. That just goes to show that something horribly wrong happened from a fundamental standpoint. To have this much positive momentum and then to be literally over here. And then if you look at the price, I mean, it was, I don't even know how high I need to scroll, but you're talking in the hundreds of dollars and now it's a penny stock. Like, from a fundamental standpoint, I don't know. Of course you could trade it. Had a 10% day on Friday, that was great. But this thing got crushed, and you really cannot create a pattern with these types of wicks. I mean, just look how up and down it is. It's just a pump and dump stock, super volatile. But yeah, that's IDEX. And don't take that the wrong way. I don't know if that came across as like cocky or something. The Burj Khalifa. But yeah, I'm sorry if that came across the wrong way. I'm just trying to be as honest as possible. But of course, could it be a good short-term trade? Yes, I personally I played this short-term. In the summer, I took a trade on IDEX and I made like 20%. So of course you can trade it, but again, just take caution with something like this because funny things can happen. Bullish divergence just means the price and your oscillator are doing the opposite thing. So if your price is going up but your oscillators are going down, that's hidden bullish divergence. If your price is going down but your oscillators are going up, that's classic bullish divergence. Hidden bullish divergence implies a continuation to the upside, and then classic bullish divergence implies a reversal to the upside. If you want to learn about that more specifically, you can visit the free course on my channel. It's the final video of the free course. The link to my free course is in the description. But that is IDEX. Yeah, video 8. Well, what else? Drop a few more tickers. It's not letting you send a tip through Streamlabs and PayPal. Not too sure why. We were having some issues with that like last week, but then recently it's been fine. So let me see if it's working. If it's not working, that sucks. No. Oh my gosh, I almost just dropped my... This is the second time I've almost done that on stream. Oh my gosh. I almost just showed my PayPal info on stream. Great. Well, thankfully it's not working because it didn't let me show that on stream. Kind of freaked out for a second. But it is not working. I don't know what's happening with this. We had the same exact issue on Streamlabs and PayPal like 2 weeks ago and it was super frustrating. So, not too sure. It says account is restricted. That is so weird. I'm looking at like the back end side of it. They didn't give me any warnings or anything. We had the same exact issue. What was it? We had the same exact issue a few weeks ago and I contacted them. They never answered me. And pretty much what happened was it just fixed automatically. So yeah, I'm assuming it'll probably just fix in a few days like it did before. I might just have to get a whole entire new tipping page because this has been giving too many issues. For some people it works and then for some other people it doesn't work. And then, you know, 2 weeks ago it didn't work for like 3 days, like it completely didn't work, and right now it's looking like it's completely not working. So Streamlabs, you need to start fixing your tip page, please. I will let you guys know when it's back up, but last time pretty much I contacted them, I didn't get an answer, and then in 2 days it just automatically fixed. So I'm assuming that'll happen again. But I mean, I can just drop my PayPal and stuff, but the issue is like, the reason I'm really using the Streamlabs tip page is because it'll show like a pop-up on the stream, and I want to, you know, I want whoever tips me to have like a little, you know, pop-up on the stream with their name, and they can drop a message, and then it shows like a Wolf of Wall Street gif. It works well when it does work, but when it's not working, it sucks. So I'll look at that after the stream. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, David, for the kind gesture of trying to tip me. Really appreciate that. When it does work, I'll talk about it. But until then, screw you, Streamlabs. But yeah, what else you guys want to look at? DraftKings and Corsair. Okay, so sorry, I was just looking at an altcoin. DraftKings is right here, 53.90. It's literally 0% since the entry of the trade, and it did go up to $56 at one point. So I posted it the night before. It just made it move up to 56, and then they had the Ohio, what's the word for it? Like in Ohio, the bill didn't pass for DraftKings in Ohio or something like that. Went down quite a bit, and then the market also went down on Friday, so it had a 2% red day. But there is a cup and handle with hidden bullish divergence. The technicals still look fine. You also had a bullish pin bar on the 4 hour. The only thing is, like, you know, with legalization and stuff like that, I know there's like the whole entire New York thing where they're trying to get passed in New York, so that could help the price, but probably just catalysts and stuff like that help more. Brandon says, glad you mentioned something about Streamlabs. Tried to tip you for the first time and it kept declining. Hopefully they fix it soon because you deserve some money for all this work, man. Really appreciate the kind gesture. Yeah, it's super frustrating. I think last time what happened was it was working on like your phone, but it wouldn't work if you were trying to do it on a desktop. I'm gonna see if it's working on the phone just really quickly, because that's what we just kind of had to do for a few days, where if you went to the link on your phone and you tried to use it, it would work. No, it's not even working on the phone right now, so that just really sucks. Hopefully it could be fixed by like tomorrow or something, but we're gonna have to see. Really appreciate all of you trying to donate. It means a lot. Thank you for that. SKLZ, we can take a look at that. Thank you again, Nate, for the tip you sent me the other day. Really appreciate it. Not much I can do here, unfortunately, though. You know, this is not really where technical analysis works. There's nothing on your RSI or your MACD yet. There's no pattern or anything. So in order to use technical analysis on this, it'll just take, you know, more time for data to develop on the chart. Yeah, it's not working on the phone either. I just checked on the phone, so it's just completely not working right now, which sucks. I'm gonna try and figure it out after the stream. I'll contact them again, but they don't answer me. I even tweeted at them. So they need to do some better stuff with customer service and letting their platform work. NWL, hidden divergence on the 4 hour and daily. Yep, hidden bullish divergence, kind of on the 4 hour, but not really. If you're being like super technical about it, you did not make a high low from right here to right here, and that was your last negative island. But if you want to count it from like before, let me see on the daily. Yeah, you definitely have hidden bullish divergence developing on the daily. Nice bullish engulfing candle right here. You're above the VWAP, you just broke over it using it as support. Let me just chart you the levels real quick. You just broke over $20.61, which is great. Your next resistance is 21.11. So you're looking for 21.11, and then after that, let me see if there's a gap on the daily. I don't think there is. Yep, there is actually. So there is a gap to fill on the daily at $21.45. So there's a gap right there. Looks pretty good. Doesn't look too bad. And then in terms of support, just like this local low right here, that's pretty much your support. $19.77. If you fall under that, then take caution. Even if we line it up like this, it used to be your resistance. So you came back down and you used your previous resistance as a support, which is good. And then if you want one more level after that, a final support level would be $18.29, which was your resistance right here. So those are all your levels on NWL. You have a gap to fill on the daily, and you're working on developing hidden bullish divergence. Pennant on PRPL. Take a look at that. Yes, there is a pennant. We could chart it real quick. probably like that, and then like that. Pretty textbook pennant, absolutely. You kind of have some bullish convergence where your price is going up, your RSI is going up, and your MACD is going up. Again, bullish convergence is not as good as divergence, but it's still better than having nothing, right? In terms of a support, right here is the support at $26.35. It was your resistance right here, resistance right here, and support right before you just bounced off of it. So currently, this is indicating that it's going to move up to the supply line of the pennant. If it can break out of the supply line, great, but you're looking for this to happen next. Looking for that to happen next. Can I look at MP? We could take a look at MP. Yeah, you found something, Bala. Thank you all for 42 likes. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate everybody trying to donate. And sucks that Streamlabs doesn't work. MP, there's not much you can do here. It's just a straight line up. Your support is 29.84, but you have a gap to fill at 25. No, you have a gap to fill at 28.48. So you have a gap to fill right there. No divergence, no pattern. Not too much you can do with right there. XRP looks ready to take off. We can take a look at that right here. Yeah, looks pretty decent. If only if Bitcoin can hold. If Bitcoin dumps, XRP is going to dump as well. But if Bitcoin can hold, XRP has hidden bullish divergence on the daily. It broke out of this channel. I posted this on Twitter with the target of 62 cents. I posted it at 55 cents and it went right to 62 cents within a few hours. 15% trade there. Let me just delete this line right here, or take it off my 4 hour. But yeah, it broke out. 15% trade was great. Then it pulled back at the resistance. It had like a little wick there. It got a little bit over and then it pulled back. Currently it's using the VWAP as support. I mean, it broke out. So your support probably like 58 cents literally. So you're right above a support. If you fall under 58 cents, you're looking at like 55 cents after that, just off the top of my head. So yeah, John says, thanks for looking, bro. I owe you tips for sure. Thank you for the support. Appreciate the kind gesture. And hopefully the tip page can start working again soon. But yeah, that's XRP looks pretty decent. But again, you need Bitcoin to hold. If Bitcoin falls, 99% of crypto is going to fall as well. That's just how it works. Team Fisker says, big up, champion vibe. Great work, bro. Loving the work. Appreciate the support very much. Thank you. What else? ORCC from Silent Dawn. And I'll take a look at SFL right after this. Hidden divergence. Yeah, already charted this before. You bounced off the 12.57 support. Look at this. You had a crazy run and then you fell, and then look where you bounced off of again. $12.57, which was your resistance for so long, pretty much from June until it broke out of it in November, and you bounced off of that. I don't know, could it have already played out? Maybe. Your support is 12.57 and your resistance is 13.37. You do have hidden bullish divergence, but it could be argued that it already played out as your MACD is starting to move back down. We can take a look at GIK. I think that is the one that I was referring to, maybe. No, it wasn't. No divergence, not much of a pattern. Unfortunately, Team Fisker, love the name by the way. Unfortunately, there's not much that you can do with technical analysis here. You just need more data to be developed on the chart because you don't have any divergence or much of a pattern yet. And then your support and resistances are very far from each other. You have a very minor support right here at like $10.87. And then in terms of resistance, you're looking at like $13.55. But other than that, like not too much. So this is just kind of your range between $10.87 and $13.55. If I could do more on that chart, I would. There's just not much I can do. Thank you for subbing to Eric. Yeah, I posted on Twitter. Hopefully I can get that FaceTime. I'm pretty sure we got him 50 subscribers, so looking for a FaceTime from him. I said I was gonna look at SFL, right? Yeah, baseline is 10 for the redemption shares. That is why most SPACs just find support at $10. SFL, you have classic bullish divergence on the 4-hour, but the macro trend is just so bad. So you have classic bullish divergence where you made a lower low on price with a higher low on your MACD on the 4-hour. If we take a look at the daily, you don't have any classic bullish divergence on the daily. So I don't know about that. But yes, SFL. I don't like the macro trend. You need to get back above 635. If you cannot get back above 635, you don't have any support. Like, you literally have no support. So you're hoping that the classic bullish divergence can get you back above 635. If it cannot, then take caution, like really take caution. Netty is a spec with the cup and handle. I think we already looked at Netty earlier today. Yeah, we did. We looked at Netty earlier in the stream. Again, this is not really a cup and handle. I mean, for one, actually, no. I was looking at this as like a rounding bottom. That's obviously not a cup and handle. You have like this big wick in between. But if you're looking at Netty locally, sure, it could be a cup and handle. The only thing is, on a cup and handle, you don't want your handle to go down more than 50% of the run, right? So if you use Fibonacci and you use this as your swing low and you use this as your swing high, you've already fallen back down more than 50% on the retrace. So on a cup and handle, you don't want to retrace more than 50%. You don't want the candle to literally bring you all the way back down, because then it's going to be like a double bottom, right? So is it a cup and handle? Yes, but the demand just isn't coming in. So you have to take caution with that. No divergence on the 4-hour, nothing on the daily. So those are your levels to look at. If you want to take a screenshot, go for it. Long-term head and shoulders forming on AT&T. Looking at the daily right now. I don't know. I don't really see it, if I'm being honest. Not too sure about that. Is CIIC a good time to buy back in? That's another SPAC. We need 6 more likes for 50 likes. We already looked at DraftKings earlier, Robert. Pretty much what I said was it's at the same price as the entry for the trade. As long as it's above, we could look at it for a second again, but on DraftKings, as long as it can hold 52, 56, it's fine. But if it falls under 52, 56, then take caution. Super easy to manage your risk on that one. Not too much besides from that. You have the cup and handle. And I think on the 4-hour, you have hidden bullish divergence. But again, take caution, because now the hidden bullish divergence could be turning into classic bearish divergence, where you made 3 different levels of lower momentum on your MACD on higher prices. So things could be reversing. So again, trades change very often. You have to take a little bit of caution on DraftKings, especially with what just happened on Friday. And then CIIC. Not much I can do there. I showed the classic bearish divergence on stream, where you made a higher high on price with a lower high on your RSI and your MACD. Very classic bearish divergence. And what happens when you get classic bearish divergence? It fell pretty harshly. So yeah, that's just classic bearish divergence playing out for you. You have a minor support right here at 2611. If you ever fall under 2611, take caution. That's all I'm going to say. Not much of a pattern or divergence at the current time. But technically there could be some hidden bullish divergence. So like how we saw on DraftKings, where your hidden bullish divergence is turning into classic bearish divergence, you're getting the opposite here. Your bearish divergence is now turning into bullish divergence. So it's very common to see one divergence change into another as the MACD crosses over. So basically you made a higher low on price with a lower level on the MACD. If the MACD does cross over to green, that would imply price continuation to the upside. And then a resistance would just be like 33.25 off the top of my head looking at the chart. We could take a look at FCEL. And this is going to be the final one for today, just a Saturday. Wanted to talk about Bitcoin. Wanted to show you guys the healthcare sector, which I think is warming up. If you missed that part of the stream, you could just go back to the beginning. I'm not going to be posting timestamps on this video just because it's a Saturday. If you were here and you got the insight on the stream, then you got it exclusively. I'm not even going to be I'll probably post the link to the playback on Twitter, but I'm not going to be posting the timestamps just because it's like a Saturday. This is just more of like a, if you were here in the stream, you just got extra insight, and congratulations to you. For the people that weren't here, they're just going to have to wait until the stream tomorrow, and we're going to go over things again. So you do have hidden bullish divergence on FCEL. You're also above the $9 resistance. So your next resistance is like $11 pretty much. This, maybe you could consider it an ascending triangle, but you could also look at it just as like an upsloping channel. So let me show that. Right here. So yeah, just kind of like an upsloping channel. It's not perfect by any means, but you do have hidden bullish divergence. I'm not even going to chart it. You made a higher low with lower levels on the MACD. You got a MACD crossover to green. Looks pretty good. And yeah, looks pretty decent. As long as you can hold above $9, you could test the resistance line right here. That is FCEL. Hope you guys enjoyed the Saturday stream. Just a very exclusive stream. We didn't have as many people come out, obviously, because it's the weekend, markets are closed. But for like the 30 people that are currently here, congratulations to you for taking out the time on a weekend to learn more about technical analysis and trading. Thank you for all the people who tried to tip. Really does suck that the tipping page isn't working. I'm gonna try and figure it out after the stream. But I'm going to go live tomorrow night as well, probably in the nighttime at like 9 EST. So I'll see you guys tomorrow night. If you're not getting notifications for when I go live, just follow me on Twitter, and you can drop you can hit the notification button on Twitter every time I go live. I tweet about it. So my Twitter is @championvibe. It's in the bottom of your screen. Shout out to Patrick. How you doing? Thank you for the $20 donation. You tipped me. It was you, right? You tipped me like right after the stream ended. Like, remember, I looked at the wrong ticker by accident, but then we went over the right one. So yeah, thank you for tipping me. It was just like right after I turned off the stream the other night. I kind of mentioned it a little bit at the end of the stream. Thank you for that. Appreciate the support. Your blind spot, Nate. Thank you also for the tip you sent me. Thank you for the support, JCD. Appreciate all the support. If any of you have not hit that like button, would really appreciate it if you could hit the like button on the way out. I'll see you tomorrow at 9 EST. And until then, see you tomorrow. Peace out.